inviting the first speaker, we have Mr. Nitin Khera, Zonal Head East, Bandhan AMC. He's going to deliver his talk on behavior, time, money, returns. Mr. Nitin Khera joined Bandhan AMC in May 2020 as Zonal Head Retail East in his current role. He brings with him over 2 decades of experience working in different roles within the BFSI space. Before joining Bandhan AMC, Mr. Khera was Zonal Business Head East at Reliance Nippon Life Asset Management Limited. Before that, he has also worked with ICICI Bank Limited. Mr. Khera holds a Masters of Commerce degree from Punjab University and has also completed Executive Program in Business Management from IIM Kolkata. He is an active sports enthusiast who likes to passionately pursue fitness and outdoor sports activities, with tennis being his favorite sport. It's an honor for us to have you with us, sir. I invite you to kindly deliver your talk. Sir, please.
Thank you, ma'am, for the kind words. Jai Jagannath. So if you are in Odisha, that's a mandate, right? So unlike my previous speakers who said that he has a habit of sticking to the timeline, I would say I have a habit of breaching the timeline, so please bear with me for 10 minutes extra, right? And one more change which you will find when I discuss my thoughts, I would request people to be a little interactive if possible. So maybe you will see some questions coming your way. So first request to the people at the back, if you can come in the middle or front, that would make it more encouraging for me also to interact and talk to you. And I assume, ये मैं मान के चल रहा हूँ कि आप किसी ना किसी तरह इन्वेस्टमेंट से जुड़े हैं, चाहे आप म्यूचुअल फंड में SIP करते हैं, चाहे आप बैंक में FD करते हैं, चाहे आप गोल्ड खरीदते हैं, आजकल सिल्वर भी बहुत ट्रेंड में है, चाहे आप सिल्वर खरीदते हैं. हाँ, सो मेरा ये मानना है कि आप किसी ना किसी तरह इन्वेस्टमेंट जर्नी में ऑलरेडी हैं. तो मेरा जो ये सेशन रहेगा ये उसके लिए भी इम्पॉर्टेंट है जो शायद 10,000, 50,000, 1 लाख लगाने की कैपेबिलिटी रखता है, और उसके लिए भी इम्पॉर्टेंट है जो 10 करोड़ लगाने की कैपेबिलिटी भी रखता है. सो डोंट थिंक दैट जो मैं बताने जा रहा हूँ या जो बात करने जा रहा हूँ वो सिर्फ उनके लिए है जिनके पास करोड़ों की कैपिटल अवेलेबल है इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए. So as you can see, the name of the presentation is behavior and returns come last. So because हमारा मानना है कि rather मेरा personally मानना है कि returns is a function of how you behave in the market. It is not the opposite. Jasbir. So we'll start with a so this is what you can expect. Please don't expect any stock tips. Please don't expect me to tell you which is the next big mutual fund scheme in the industry. So we'll talk about investments क्या है, finance क्या है. We'll talk about behavior, investor behavior क्यों important है returns बनाने के लिए. और after this next 30 minutes आपकी अप्रोच में क्या चेंज होना चाहिए और सारथी क्यों ज़रूरी है, राइट. सो दिस इज़ अ ट्रू स्टोरी विच आई विल टेल यू कि इसका क्या निष्कर्ष है, एंड देन आई विल आस्क यू अ क्वेश्चन दैट व्हाट इज़ योर लर्निंग आउट ऑफ इट. सो द ओल्ड लेडी विच यू सी ऑन द screen, her name is Grace Groner. She was born in 1909 and she lived till 2010. So she lived for 100 years. उनका काम क्या था? She was secretary for whole of her working life. She was secretary at a US company called Abbott Laboratories for 40 years. और आप जानते हैं कि एक secretary, what are the earning levels of a secretary kind of a staff, right? In 1935, as I told, she was born in 1909. So in 1935, she bought 3 shares of that company which she was working for by investing only $180. सिर्फ $180 में उन्होंने 3 शेयर खरीदे थे. But importantly, never sold them. She never sold these shares in her life. On her death in 2010, the worth of those shares was $7 million US. 7 लाख US dollars. रुपया नहीं, डॉलर. $180 का $7 लाख वैल्यूएशन था on her death. But please remember, that happened after 100 years. It did not happen in 1 year, 2 years, or 5 years. Right? So despite her wealth, she continued to live a very simple life, and you will not believe, all this wealth of $7 million was donated to her college from which she studied, and that was used for the education of the students who did not have money to pursue education. But this was in the New York Times in 2010. This was in New York Times newspaper, and the same very day, this gentleman on the screen, his name is Richard M. Fuscon, right? And he was the executive chairman at Merrill Lynch. आपने नाम सुना होगा. It's a leading investment bank, US-based investment bank. At 34 years, he was the executive chairman at Merrill Lynch. And he retired at 40 years. When he retired, he had a bungalow which had 11 washrooms. If a bungalow has 11 washrooms, you can assume how many bedrooms it will have, right? So he had 7 cars. But by the time he turned 45, because of all the wrong and reckless investment decisions which he made in his life, he was bankrupt at 45, right? And when he was filing his bankruptcy in the court, what he told the lawyer, that the only source of income for him now is selling his house furniture. So both these stories, see the contrast on the same page, same date of New York Times. So what do we learn out of it? क्या सीख मिलती है इससे? Save करो. I'm sure he would have also saved. Or control the age. Sorry, I didn't get it. Control the itch to sell. Oh, itch to sell. Okay. ठीक जगह पैसा लगाओ. Okay. All true. Whatever you are saying is correct. Time management. Okay. Anyone from here? Any learning? Great. You know, the biggest learning from this is emotion management. Whatever all of you have said are true in your regard. But the message we want to pass on through this is, you don't have to be a financial market expert to make wealth. You know, that's what I told you. The largest investment bank executive chairman of that company is supposed to be knowing where he is investing, supposed to be more knowledgeable, but he lost all his wealth, right? So the biggest message from here is कि आपको investment में successful होने के लिए ज़्यादा knowledgeable होना ज़रूरी नहीं है, right? So please, I think this is the biggest learning I can deliver for all of you through this session. We'll move forward, but please remember this. So this is a world-renowned investor George Soros. थोड़ा गलत कारणों के लिए भी न्यूज़ में है अभी because of his anti-India activities. But what he has done right, he was also born in 1930. He is still alive, 95 years. If investing is entertaining, and if you are having fun, you are probably not making any money. Good investing is always boring, right? And that is what the lady exhibited, that 3 शेयर जो उसने खरीदे थे वो 100 years तक होल्ड किए, उसमें कोई एडवेंचर नहीं था, कोई थ्रिल नहीं था. It was the most boring thing to do in life, and that made the maximum wealth. So this guy is a world-renowned investor. He's just in 2025 donated $32 billion of his wealth for philanthropy. $32 billion को अगर हम रुपी में कन्वर्ट करें तो आई थिंक काफ़ी ज़ीरोज़ आ जाती हैं. Right, so he's so successful, and if these words are coming from him, they mean a lot. So what is the investing foundation? We'll discuss whether it is data, numbers होने चाहिए, information होनी चाहिए, आपके पास कुछ ऐसा stock information, company information which can make you rich, whether that is important, or last, how is your brain wired, how do you behave with investments, money, whether that is the most important thing. Let's do a warm up. Whatever comes to mind, please do. When you read what is there on your screen, what comes to mind, please do that. I am taking a pause. 1 minute wait कर रहे हैं. So unconsciously, nobody waved at the screen, nobody shouted India, India, but I think unconsciously in your mind you would have started counting from 10 to 1. You would have started waving at the screen. वो हाथ unconsciously ऊपर जा रहा होगा. Shout, मन में India, India शायद आप shout करने लगे होंगे. So this is because our mind is brained in a manner that we are action biased, right? And we believe in what we see rather than what we learn. So simply the instruction was read the following instruction. You don't have to do anything. And that's written in red bold letters for it to be clearly communicated, right? But still our mind is action biased. And that is what we do with investing also. We want action. And that is what is the biggest hindrance to creating wealth. So this is how we've grown. We all know that we were monkeys earlier. The human evolution is probably 2 lakh years old. But what do we want to convey from here? That while we are a 2 lakh year old civilization, but a lot of the development has happened in the last 10,000 years only. The first 1,90,000 years we used to work, it was very primitive. There was no development. We always used to live in jungles. It was the survival of the fittest. You kill to survive. You used to live near the water bodies so that you can have water, agriculture, etc. Most of the development has happened in the last 10,000 years. And that is the outcome that we are here. I mean, we are talking about AI now, innovation at a different level. But the first bank was launched in 400 years back, 1609. The first bank world over was started in 1609, Bank of Amsterdam. So banking is not more than 400 years old. While the humans are 2 lakh years old, our race, our history, but banking is just 400 years old. And the first investment bank was started in 1763. Or in the US, it was JP Morgan Chase in 1871. So if you talk about investments, we are not even 100, 200 years old. And if you talk about Sensex, it was started in 1986. So India's history of investing is just about 40 years old. So we are still learning, we are still evolving. That is why our behavior is still very irrational. It's changing for the good. A lot of good things are happening in India's investment landscape, but we still have a very, very long way to go. So that's the idea of showing you this picture. So why do we behave like this? Why is our mind not evolved? Because there are two sides to the brain, and there is always a bit of a, it's on a lighter note, a little bit of a chemical locha. You would have seen that movie. Which one? no, the Sanjay Dutt and the Munna Bhai. Yeah, so he refers to that. The chemical locha is there with everyone, even us, probably the so-called investment experts. We also go through our own set of biases. So how do we address this? तो होता ही क्यों है? Chemical locha होता क्यों है? So because there are basically two sides of the brain. You have a right hemisphere and you have a left hemisphere. The left hemisphere controls the right side of your body, and the right hemisphere of your brain controls the left side of your body, right? So the left hemisphere of the brain is more logical, is more analytical, rational, mathematical, and handles calculations and detail-oriented tasks. But it is less creative. But the right side of the brain is more creative, it has more emotions, right? So as I said, it controls the left side of your body, so you can correlate the right side of your brain, left side you have your heart, and you attach emotions to your heart and logic to your the left side of the brain, right? So because most of our decisions are always taken from the right side of the brain, that is why we tend to be instinctive, we tend to be reactive, we tend to be action biased. Whereas if you take the decisions from left side of your brain, that is where the more analytical things happen, more calculations happen. So as investors, so most of the time, 50% of the times our brain is wandering off what is right, what is wrong. So that's, as I said, it happens with everyone. So what has this led to? I mean, how Indians have been investing because of our own likes, dislikes, behaviors, our risk aversions, our risk-taking capabilities. आज भी India real estate में सबसे ज़्यादा invest करता है. And I don't think I need to tell this to the Bhubaneswar population. Real estate prices, I have been told people make a lot of return here in real estate, flat ho, land ho, right? Right? Am I right? Yes. So real estate still dominates India's investment landscape. Gold, in fact, India ki housewives, they hold more gold than US central bank holds. Right? So that is the size of our investments in gold. Bank deposit is still bigger than capital market mutual fund equities. Right? Still money is parked at 6.5%. If there are any bankers here, please don't mind. These are just to highlight where do we invest. And equities is growing. Mutual fund is now 77 lakh crore. SIPs every month 30,000 crore comes in. So we have no complaint, and it's growing, picking up. But still a large part of our investment goes into real estate, and still people who are comfortable investing in real estate, they are comfortable. They still look at equity investing as if it's और म्यूचुअल फंड की बात करें तो कई बार शायद माइंड में आता है चिट फंड है या म्यूचुअल फंड. रिस्क का एसोसिएशन म्यूचुअल फंड से ज़्यादा होता है, रियल एस्टेट में रिस्क नहीं लगता है, राइट? And on the other side, if you see real estate, which is the biggest pie of our investment, has delivered the least return. And we have enough models. There are a couple of financial advisors sitting here, Abhishek, Trinath ji. They will, if anyone wants, they can show you in your calculation in an Excel sheet that the flat or the house or the land you bought 10, 20 years back would not have given you more than 8-9% return. वो लगता है देखने में कि 20 लाख की वैल्यू 2 करोड़ हो गई, बट इफ़ यू कैलकुलेट दी XIRR रिटर्न ओवर 20-30 years, it's not more than 8%. Right? So real estate, where we have the maximum wealth, has delivered the least return, followed by gold. And this gold return is after the recent 2-3 year returns. Otherwise, it was 9-10% only. Sensex or equities has delivered the highest return, and we are still, शायद आप में से भी कुछ लोग अभी तक इक्विटी या म्यूचुअल फंड में इन्वेस्ट नहीं करते होंगे, डिस्पाइट द फैक्ट कि इसने इतना रिटर्न दिया, और ये खाली सेंसेक्स की रिटर्न है. आई विल शो यू लेटर इन द प्रेजेंटेशन हाउ सम म्यूचुअल फंड स्कीम्स हैव डिलीवर्ड मच मोर. So which basically all these are anchors, are experience from the past that real estate अच्छा है, gold is safe, bank deposit will save you in a rainy day. All these things lead us to biases. So how do we, maybe I'll share some of the common investing human biases. So one is the recency bias. If I have to ask you this question, you see there is a bomb blast somewhere, just assume. So when is it safer to go to this place? After 3 days or after 3 years? Yeah, so the probability of the same, see, simple, if there is a bomb blast at a place, you will have heightened security, right? Security, police, every would be there for next few days. The probability of it happening again in the near future is very low. But once the security relaxes, after 3 years it can happen again. But the human brain is wired in a manner that you will feel that अभी नहीं जाएंगे जब वहाँ बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट हुआ था, we'll go later, we'll avoid that place, right? Everyone can correlate. So this is called recency bias. जो मार्केट में इन्वेस्टिंग में भी ये दिस इज ट्रू. सो फ्रेश पीक सेंसेक्स 82,000 क्या लगता है और बढ़ेगा, राइट? यही लगता है ना. जब मार्केट बढ़ रहा होता है तो यही लगता है कि मार्केट बढ़ता रहेगा, और जब मार्केट गिरता है तो लगता है, अगेन सेम एग्जाम्पल्स, सो यू हैव अ यूफोरिक फीलिंग. बट if there is a sudden crash like you had in COVID, the feeling suddenly changes. So this is what is called recency bias. As investors, if you want to be successful, you have to overcome these biases and you have to think rationally. From which side of the brain? Left side of the brain. So, and this is a classic thing which still happens. If your last 1 year return is good, how many of you invest in mutual funds? SIP ho, lump sum ho, anyone does? So all of you can correlate to this. Madam, you invest? You should start investing. So last 1 year return, if it is more than 20%, you have a big smile on the face, your portfolio is shining, right? And there is a tendency to invest more. You want to invest more because you can see your portfolio returns are strong. You have more confidence. If your returns are 10 to 20%, today investors tell us 10-15% क्या होता है? कोई 25% वाला म्यूचुअल फंड बताइए. As if 10-15% is nothing. So you stay put, you're okay, but you're not extremely glad. And if it falls below 0 to 10%, then you tend to reevaluate. आप अपने डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर एडवाइजर को शायद बोलते भी हों कि कुछ और बताओ, ये स्कीम अच्छा नहीं कर रहा है, राइट? इट इज़ गिविंग एज गुड एज एफडी. मैं ना लगाता म्यूचुअल फंड में, एफडी में ही मिल जाता 7-8%. बट बाय चांस इफ द रिटर्न्स आर लेस देन 0 और नेगेटिव, देन यू टेंड टू स्टॉप एंड रिडीम. यू टेंड टू टेक आउट मनी एंड मे बी लुक एट समथिंग एल्स. कई लोग शायद रिडीम करके बैंक में ही डाल देते हैं पैसे, राइट? कैन एनीवन रिलेट टू दिस और दिस इज ऑल हाइपोथेटिकल आई एम टॉकिंग? कर सकते हैं रिलेट जो इन्वेस्ट करते रहे हैं? ओके. सो बट व्हाट इज द आउटकम? एंड आई विल गिव यू क्लासिक केस. आज पिछले 1 साल का रिटर्न क्या है? टुडे ऑन 11th October, on your own investment, what is the last 1 year return? It's low. Which range we are in? 0 to 10%. Okay. And if we looked at the same 1 year return 1 year back, मतलब October 2024, the 1 year return from your mutual funds were in the range of 20 to 30%. So can you correlate? 1 साल पहले 20-30% रिटर्न था, आज रिटर्न कम है. So the practical outcome of this is, see, if you invested in a feel-good environment when your past returns were greater than 20%, what was the next 5-year return? It was low, single digit. But if you invested when your past 1 year returns were just 10 to 20%, you had higher returns in the next 5 years. And if you invested in a time when your returns were negative, next 5-year returns were the highest. So which is the good time to invest, today or 1 year back? Looking at last 1 year return, which is the good time to invest, today or 1 year back? Yeah, so if any one of you is scared, where is the market heading? Where will Trump take the Indian equity market? It can go down 5% anytime. That's not in our control. On any news, it can happen. But the fact is, when your last few year returns are low, that is the time to invest more. And that is how you overcome your recency bias. This is what we told, right? So there are a lot of market noises. This is just a picturesque way of telling you how somebody said excel, and then till it reached the 10th guy in the market, it became a sell. So everyone started selling stocks, mutual fund. Or a good buy, somebody said a good buy, and it was assumed as a good buying opportunity, and people started buying, right? So this is how now you have a lot of news channels around you. News channel, TV की तो ज़रूरत ही नहीं पड़ती है, मोबाइल में ही सब कुछ हो जाता है, right? So sometimes in investing you have to ignore the noise and go back to that first slide. What that lady Gross Groner would have done in 100 years, she would have ignored all the noise. That is why she converted $180 into $7 million US. If she would have looked at the noise, शायद वो कभी ना कभी वो पैसा निकाल लेती and वो growth नहीं होती जो हुई, right? So a lot of times in investing you have to ignore the noise. Jasbir, you will have to help me again. Okay, so this next bias is herd bias. Herd bias से क्या मतलब है? Anyone can tell? Rumors? Following others. So you tend to do what people around you are doing, right? And this is what we have seen when the markets are going up. There is always a bit of a greed and people invest more money in that period. But whereas if you see the triangles there, you will see that at the peak, there is more money, you can see more rupee signs, but there is only one bulb. That bulb means investment ideas. So when you give your money to mutual fund managers, where do they invest? They invest in companies. When there is so much money, there are less investment ideas. But when there is lack of money at the bottom of the market, there are enough good ideas to be bought at the good prices, right? So that is where you need to avoid the herd bias and invest more when the markets are down. So this is another bias which investors have is tend to overestimate themselves, the overconfidence bias. So we've seen a fat guy, he thinks that he has 6 packs. So that's how we want to show that why overconfidence bias is there. Social proof, we tend to follow a lot of YouTubers, we tend to follow a lot of people who write on Twitter. We look at कि किसका likes ज़्यादा है, and this happens not only in investing but probably आप अगर Zomato, Swiggy से खाना भी order करते हैं, you tend to prefer restaurants which have more positive likes or etc. Right? But there are people who do the contrary, right? They may not go for the most sought after investing ideas or links. FOMO, what is FOMO? Anyone? Sir, aap mat बताना. Fear of missing out. So anyone has fear of missing out with anything in today's world? So this happens when you see that आपके पड़ोसी ने बताया सुबह वॉक करते हुए कि उसने ये शेयर खरीदा, वो डबल हो गया. हाँ, होता है. Right? So what is the biggest fear today? Can anyone tell? आप में से जो invest कर रहे हैं. So this is again another bias, and today we have enough of it when it comes to gold and silver. Right? 1,20,000 gold का रेट है, 1,50,000 silver का रेट है, and when it is going up, because in the last 6-8 months gold has appreciated 55%, Silver has appreciated 75%. So when it is going up, you tend to feel that the run will continue. And in that fear, you invest at the high prices, at the wrong end of the cycle, right? So all this, whatever I'm saying, is making sense to you, or do you think this is all presentation gyan? So if it is making sense, please do take some learnings out of it. This is another action bias which our investors tend to do. So football is something which most of us are familiar with. At least इतना तो पता है, एक बॉल होता है, किक करना होता है, गोल पोस्ट में डालना होता है. So इतना भी पता होगा कि पेनल्टी स्ट्रोक्स क्या होते हैं. तो when we looked at the history of all the penalty strokes being taken in world football, what did we realize? आप देखते हैं गोलकीपर क्या करता है, लेफ्ट या राइट जाता है, but the results show that 1/3 of the kicks go in the center, 1/3 go in the right, and 1/3 go in the left. So had the goalkeeper not done anything, probably he would have saved those many goals only, right? So this is just a way of telling you, it can have different analogies, but this is just a way of telling you that your actions when it comes to investing may not lead you to better returns. Sometimes not doing anything, especially in investing, not doing anything is the best thing to do, right? So all these biases lead to what does it lead to? Investor ka returns are always lower than the scheme or the stock returns. The investment returns which a mutual fund scheme or a company would have delivered over the years, but the investor doesn't make that return because of one or all of these biases. Our investors tend to exit or redeem much earlier before their goals are there in the time. So to put it across, ऐसा नहीं है कि सब ज्ञान है, there is some data also. We'll talk about data as well. So in the mutual fund industry, which is now almost 30 plus years old, if we go back to UTI days, my colleague is here. So probably they started in 1964, that's more than 60 years old. But if we talk about, let's say, from the 1990s, there are total 137 mutual fund schemes as on date, which have a 20-year track record. I have consciously deleted the fund name. I don't want to sound biased towards any fund house or scheme, but the best mutual fund scheme which was started in the year 2002 for last 23 years has delivered almost 24% return. And I told you Sensex returns were 15%. So if I have to ask, has any one of you made 24% return in last 20 years? CAGR, of course. नॉट एब्सोल्यूट, मतलब 1 करोड़ का 1 करोड़ 20 लाख नहीं, 1 करोड़ का सर बताएंगे कितना होता है 24% पे. सो द आइडिया इज दैट इफ यू गो बैक टू द प्रीवियस स्लाइड, why are investor returns lower than investment return? Because we tend to exit our investments just because 1 or 2 bad years in the market or 1 or 2 bad years in the track record of a mutual fund scheme or a company. So that is what stops you. And you can see the 10th best probably delivered 20. In fact, why do you need an advisor? Why do you need a Sarthi? Out of these 137 schemes, the worst scheme delivered less than FD return. So how do you avoid this? Are you an expert in investing? No. You need experts who can guide you which are the funds to be taken, to how do you assign those funds to your goals so that you can remain longer invested in the fund. And average of these schemes was at par with Sensex, almost 15%. So this talks about the credibility of the mutual fund industry also, how long it is, how transparent it is, how rewarding it has been to invest in the mutual fund space. So as I said, I showed you the past track records, but it's past track records are not indicative of history. So what is the method to the madness. How do we control the wrong side of the brain, which forces you to take unnecessary rash investing decisions? So what is the mantra? Broadly, we want to highlight three solutions. One is asset allocation. Don't put all your money into equities just because equities deliver the highest return. And same applies, don't put all your money in real estate also. Managing your emotions, and this is what we have I don't know how much time has passed, got so engrossed. We talk about managing emotions in the last few slides, and last formula we'll show you how you create wealth. Future value is, you would have studied in your school, college days, present value into 1 plus rate of interest raised to the power number of years you hold your investments. And only 5% is about market timing. That is where people lay maximum emphasis. There was a study which showed what is important for an investor to make great returns or create wealth over long period of time. 91% of that is attributed to asset allocation and only 2% to market timing, and just 5% to selecting the security, stock or mutual fund. But 92% is about how you divide your wealth into various asset classes, equities, debt, gold, silver, international, etc. So to overcome this, and we know that this is a small chart which shows DE means domestic equity, IE means international equity, G means gold, and FI means fixed income, which is debt. So you can see that we've compared it for last 15 years. No one asset class performs the best every year. So while we encourage everyone to look at equities, but equity भी हर साल positive return नहीं देता है. किसी साल US equity ज़्यादा return देता है Indian equities से, किसी साल gold ज़्यादा देता है, किसी साल debt mutual fund भी ज़्यादा दे देते हैं, right? So this is what, these are all negatively correlated asset class. They are not positively correlated with each other. They move in opposite directions. Some years they may move in one direction, but some years they may move in the other directions. And within, I'll skip this, but so at Bandhan we have a product which is called Bandhan Multi-Asset Allocation Fund. So this is what we try and do here. Domestic equity we invest 50%. We also invest 10% in international equity, that's predominantly US, and we also invest 15% into gold and silver. That's the craze of the market. And you would know that the biggest example I can give is last 1 year return from equity is flat to negative, but gold and silver has protected you, right? So because of our 15% investments here and 10% fixed income arbitrage, despite the fact that last 1 year has not been good for equity, this fund has still delivered 10% return, right? So that's the beauty of investing in multiple asset classes. And this is how the fund has performed. I'll skip this. So go back to your school days. We showed you this formula. How do you calculate the final value, future value of your investment amount? What investors focus on is the R, that is the rate of return. But what all of you can't control the rate of return. आप control नहीं करते कि equity से कितना return आएगा, but linear नहीं आता है, हर साल 8-10% नहीं आता है, किसी साल 15 negative, किसी साल 25 positive भी आता है. You don't control the return. What you control is T, that is the time horizon. तो आपको फोकस करना चाहिए कि आपका टाइम इन द मार्केट is much longer as possible, so that you can ride the volatilities and eventually make wealth for yourself. So I'll tell you how this works. A simple example, I'll do a brief quiz. 25 lakhs, 8%. What will be the value after 50 years? Some people will say 50 साल का कोई significance नहीं है. Nobody is going to live 50 years from now. But the fact is, if you start investing at 30 years and you keep investing till 80 or keep holding that investment, you will leave a strong legacy for your next generation. And it's very much possible. The examples which I gave of Grace Groner, she lived for 100 years. The man who donated $25 billion, he's still alive at 95 years. So 50 years is not that long a time period. So क्या वैल्यू होगा 25 लाख का 8% पे 50 साल बाद? Any idea? Let's see. Sharp brain, exactly around 12 crore. But if you adjust this for inflation, it's 1 crore only. And inflation is just 5%. We've assumed only 5% inflation here. So that is where the importance of equities come. Equities can give you 12%. I told you the best mutual fund gave how much? 24. What was the average of those 137 mutual fund schemes? Sensex? 15. I have taken a much lower estimate. So what will be the value of 25 lakh after 50 years at 12% now? Sir, your maths? So anyways, I will not stretch it in the interest of time. This is 722 crores. Just a difference of 4% over a similar period, and this is what equities can deliver. Still adjusted for inflation, this is 63 crore, and 63 crore in present value is a big number. Anyone in the hall will be unhappy if given 63 crores? Or 722 crores after 50 years of from here? Anyone will be unhappy? I don't think so. Right? तो 7% पे 63 हो रहा है ना? You can correlate. And this is also important. 12% doesn't come in a straight line. 50% of the time your markets are negative. So this आपको शायद clearly दिख नहीं रहा होगा, but ये दिखाना चाहते हैं जो red है. Every year we've plotted the monthly return of Nifty. So you will see that sometimes every month the market delivers positive returns, and sometimes half or 70% of the months deliver negative return. And in last 25 years, 50% of the years Nifty has delivered negative returns. Still overall basis you've made 14-15%. So volatility is part of the market. It is not going to go away. You have to bear with this, and that you can do only when you are not putting all your money in equities, only if you are properly asset allocated. So lastly, we'll finish it in 5 minutes. This is a little bit of, so whatever I told might be very difficult to practice, but I'll correlate with somebody driving a car. Abhi? Go back to the days when you started learning a car or a bicycle, anything, or a two-wheeler as well. So this is a small model which shows a model of competence. So how we tend to be at stage 1 where there is unconscious incompetence. What does it mean? This means that we don't know that we are not capable of doing it. But there is this ignorance leads to overconfidence. That can happen in investing also. So like you learn to drive a car, managing your money over a period of time is also very similar to that experience. I'll take you through the 4 stages. Second stage, you tend to conscious incompetence. Now you know that what you are not capable of. So awareness begins. That is where learning starts. जब आपको पता है कि आपको कोई चीज़ नहीं आती, तभी learning start होती है. जब आप एक over confidence में हो कि मुझे सब आता है, कौन सा स्टॉक खरीदना है, कब निफ्टी म्यूचुअल फंड में लगाना है, अगर आपको वो आता है तो आप पहली स्टेज पे ही हैं. आपको लगता है कि वो आता है. हमें भी नहीं आता, बेस्ट फंड मैनेजर्स को भी नहीं आता. दे आर स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ द मार्केट एवरी डे, एवरी वीक, एवरी मंथ, एवरी ईयर. राइट? लुक, लेट्स गो टू द स्टेज 3. You have the skills, but still conscious competence. Now you know a little, not fully. So you have the skill, but still you require practice, you need efforts, and you need concentration. And then comes the last stage. Now think about this journey. If you come to the last stage, you've learned driving. आपकी नज़र ब्रेक पे नहीं जाती है, आपकी नज़र क्लच पे नहीं जाती है, गियर अपने आप चेंज होता है, क्लच पैडल अपने आप दबता है, सामने कोई रोड ब्लॉक है ब्रेक अपने आप दबती है, मोड़ना है तो स्टेयरिंग अपने आप मुड़ता है. इट इज़ व्हाट इज़ कॉल्ड अनकॉन्शियस कॉम्पिटेंस, राइट. सो इफ़ यू रिलेट दिस टू इन्वेस्टिंग, अगर आप ये प्रिंसिपल्स जो हमने अभी बात करी इन्वेस्टिंग की, इफ़ यू कैन इम्बाइब, it will come naturally to you at some stage, but it will not happen instantly, right? So investing is also like learning how to drive a car, how to drive a bicycle or a two wheeler. You move from the stage, first you have to realize कि आपको नहीं आता है, then you will only move to a stage where you unconsciously start to be a good investor, right? So profession versus investment, this is also we feel is a big roadblock these days. Some people think despite working in a salaried job or a business, they feel they've become professional
Right,
investors.
and they
start
can
outclass, think
outperform
that
any
their
fund manager or
investment
a
is
advisor.
a source of income, right? And in that quest, so what do we want to? So by working you create wealth. What do we want to communicate here? कि आप पैसा जोड़ते हो और उसको इन्वेस्ट करके नर्चर करते हो, प्रोटेक्ट करते हो और ग्रो करते हो. दीज आर टू डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज. इट्स समथिंग विच यू कांट डू ऑन योर ओन. वट यू नो इज योर वर्क. आपका जो काम है वो आप जानते हो. इन्वेस्टिंग, you need to trust your distributors, you need to trust your advisors, and that is where the role of people like couple are present here, Abhishek and Trinath. That is where the role of advisors come in. They are there for a purpose, right? They know they know the behavior side of investors much better than investors know, and that is the biggest hindrance. They don't know कि कल मार्केट क्या होगा या साल भर बाद मार्केट क्या होगा, but they can help the investor to remain invested in a period of turbulence. That is because they manage the behavior well. They do goal planning for you, right? They don't just suggest you any investment because that has given the highest return in last 1 year. That's the easiest thing to do. वो तो आप भी कर सकते हैं नेट पे देख के. But that's not all. There is much more behind the science of investing and advising. So noise, as I said, this is an example which was there in, this news was there on December 27, 2007. What happened after that? 2008 में क्या हुआ था? Anyone? We had a subprime crisis in the US. So Nifty had, so this was the prediction, but what happened after that was a crash. So don't go by whatever comes in the media or newspapers. You have to be in sync with what your advisor is telling you, what your advisor is guiding you. So all these noises sometimes come true, a lot of the times they go wrong as well. So second, during COVID, everyone felt that the world is coming to an end. Market क्या करेगा? दुनिया खत्म होने वाला है. Right or wrong? What happened after that? Next 3 years were the best for equity markets. Yeah, sorry, this is what happened. Within no time, markets crossed their previous peak and now at a much higher level. So stop imitating your neighbor. Everyone has a different case. We'll take this example. Somebody who's 35 years, another gentleman is 60 years. Without going forward, can I ask you who has the more risk appetite? किसके पास risk taking capability ज़्यादा है? Because he is young. So that's what financial advisors will do. Both of them have 10 lakh to invest, right? Naturally, he should be an aggressive investor. Vasudha should be a conservative investor. But Tanmay has home loan EMI, car EMI. Vasudha has no loan, kids are settled, and he is getting a pension of 1 lakh per month. Now your decision changes, right? So it's not that simple कि एज के बेसिस पे हम डिसाइड कर लें कि रिस्क एपेटाइट क्या है. There is a lot of work to be done at the back end, right? And again I am emphasizing कि सारथी क्यों जरूरी है. अगर किसी को लगता है कि वो बहुत mature investor hai, well aware investor hai, you still need an advisor. Even Arjun needed one. Be it any sport, be it any legend of cricket, football, tennis, they also had a coach and support staff, right? So you can't do, because they know their subject. This is not your subject, so let the professionals do their job and take advice from them. So what did we learn? Emotional biases need to be managed. Appreciate realities, ignore the myths. There are some myths which happen unconsciously, which come unconsciously to you. Asset allocation मतलब equity, debt में कोई आपको बोलेगा 7% मिलेगा, it's boring, but it's important to balance your portfolio, right? Gold, international equity, we may not understand, आपको समझने की ज़रूरत भी नहीं है. Those who are investing it there, they understand, but diversifying across geographies is important. Because in India today, we don't have the companies like Alphabet, Google, Amazon, Nvidia. They operate at a different scale. And they operate in areas where today Indians are not exposed to. Indian companies are not exposed to. So investing outside is important. Asset allocation is important. Every investor's journey is important, like we learned with that previous case of Tanmay and Basudha. So you have to tune out the noise and focus on what matters for you, what your advisor is telling you. And last, as just a reiteration, trust your distributors because they have the expertise. You may feel you are the expert, but that's not the case. So with that, I will end. I will not talk about the company. That's about it. Thank you.